What's going on, guys? White Fox 1225 here, and welcome to another episode of Elder Scrolls Online Saturday. So just a quick thing before the video starts. I've been having a problem with my video capturing program. I'm actually buying a new one today, and so that's why the ESO review hasn't been up, because I'm still trying to get some gameplay to actually put in the video, and that's why today you'll be seeing video of like the Crypt of Hearts, playthrough, and the trailer and other stuff, but you're not actually going to see gameplay of me. So I just wanted to say that really quickly, but I'm getting it like today, so hopefully in the next couple of videos there will be actual gameplay of Elder Scrolls Online. So today I thought I'd do another Elder Scrolls Online Saturday, because I haven't done one in like 3 weeks, and we actually do have a lot of news to talk about, so my review will be up probably tomorrow, hopefully, as well as a new guild recruiting video. But today I want to do Elder Scrolls Online Saturday and talk about some of the news that's come out in the last couple weeks, or and even more recently, that I haven't been able to cover. So first off, we're going to talk about the new E3 trailer really briefly, and just talk about my opinions on that, and then a link in the description will be to that too. Update 2, we're going to be talking about the new content update coming up pretty soon, late June. We'll be talking about what it contains, all the stuff about it, what I think about it, and stuff like that. Then we'll talk about the arenas that were shown off at E3. We'll be doing that a bunch, as well as some videos of that actually. And then we'll talk about the Road Ahead article and talk about Content Update 3. And then I'll talk to you guys about where I am in ESO and my plans for the next couple months with Elder Scrolls Online. So let's get started with talking about the new trailer. So I just thought this trailer was really epic. It was probably my favorite trailer yet. I really liked the Suda one too, but this one was really good. It showed off a lot of landscapes, a lot of monsters, and I just thought it was really good. There is a link in the description to it. I definitely recommend checking it out. And it was made for E3. I like that they keep coming out with new trailers, because trailers kind of get us pumped for the game. And I do like that they're going to keep coming out with cinematic trailers and kind of trailers like this, which is kind of exciting for me, just because I love the trailers, and I love, I don't know, it's just, watching a trailer just gets me pumped to hop in the game. So sometimes before I even play Elder Scrolls Online, I'll just, set up a trailer and watch it and then get in the game. I don't know, it's just me. It's sort of like a pre-game warm-up for Elder Scrolls Online, but I don't know, I really do like trailers, so I'm happy they came with a new one, and again, link in the description if you do want to check it out. So let's talk about Update 2. So Update 2 is the new content update. Obviously the first one was Craglorn, and this one is it's significantly smaller, but it's coming off the huge Craglorn release, so it's kind of understandable. But Update 2 is coming the week of June 23rd, or at least that's what they think. It's not like an official release date, but that's when they think it's coming. So that will be like a week from now. So that's pretty cool. And it's gonna have some new cool stuff. It's gonna have the veteran rank dungeon Crypt of Hearts. So Crypt of Hearts is already a dungeon in the Elder Scrolls Online. It was actually a dungeon in Arena too, which was cool. The dungeon is in Rivenspire, and I actually think it might cross over into Skyrim, like below. I think I heard that online. But yeah, it is in Rivenspire in the Daggerfall Covenant area. So it's gonna have a new veteran rank version of it that's gonna continue the story, and it's gonna be aimed for veteran rank 12 players. So I do like that they're coming out with more and more endgame for the people who have reached veteran rank 12, because a lot of people have grinded their way to that. Personally, I would love to just see them come out with like things I could do as being a veteran rank 1 player who actually doesn't want to grind to veteran rank 12. I actually do want to do all the quests and all the areas. That's just my kind of thing. So I kind of wish they would come out with more content for everyone, not just the veteran rank 12 players, but I definitely understand it, and it's always good to have more endgame for the people who have reached really the peak of the content. So next, they're going to add a field of view slider, and it's going to be a field of view of 70 to 130. If you guys use the bow, I'm sure you know you kind of look like a T-Rex pulling it back. So it's good that they're going to increase that, because it is something that I think is kind of needed. And, it's going to help, because when you're just kind of narrow with the small field of view you have right now, you're not kind of embracing the whole world that's around you. So being able to bump up the FOV, definitely a good thing. Definitely going to be a cool update. Next, and this is the biggest thing in the update for me at least, is the ability to pick up armor and weapons. So as you guys know, weapons and armors can be found all around the world. Little stacks of weapons, racks of weapons, really everywhere. They can be found, and right now they're kind of the cardboard items. You can't interact with them at all, but with a new update you're actually going to be able to pick them up and use them. So the weapons found and the armor found around the world, they can be picked up and equipped, so you actually can use them. It's not just like a novelty thing. But the items are more kind of low quality. They're not you're not gonna get like a purple item from picking it up off the ground. It's just not gonna happen. And it makes sense because otherwise, instead of crafting or actually adventuring and finding those items, you would just have to go to a tavern and pick it up on the floor. Sorry, my voice was starting to hurt there. But these weapons also sell for 0 gold, and that makes sense again, because then you would get people who are spamming them, just picking every weapon up and selling it. So that is good. So you guys might say, like, what's the point of this? Well, these weapons can deconstruct. They'll give you only a little bit of XP towards the next rank in your crafting profession, but they are there for that. And really what they're there for is that you can pick them up. In every Elder Scrolls game, you've been able to interact with the objects around you. So this is just a really, I think, really good move in the right direction. At one point, I would love to see every single thing in the world being able to pick up, even like a mug. I would love them just to have junk items, miscellaneous items that you could pick up. Just the ability to do that, even if it has no point, is definitely part of the Elder Scrolls games. I remember in Skyrim, I would carry around like anything I found. The bucket I would carry and put in my backpack, and it's why I had I really had some problems with carrying capacity until I got the bandolier mod, which was good. But really, I would carry around anything, like a bucket, bloody gauze that I found on the necromancy table. I would really carry around anything, and I think I should be able to do that in Elder Scrolls Online too. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that when you do deconstruct these items, they rarely give you resources like wood or I don't know, different, rosin, different tannins, things like that. Next, they've added improved interior lighting, and they didn't say anything about it, they just added a bunch of pictures, and I have to say, it just looks completely amazing. Elder Scrolls Online is a beautiful game to start with, but this is just a beautiful picture. I'll show these pictures on the screen. Actually, this is the first time I said that, sorry. But yeah, so these just look beautiful. And I have to say, I'm really happy because a lot of MMOs end up looking outdated because they don't upgrade the graphics at all. But from this update, it looks like Elder Scrolls Online is going to be doing that, which is really great because that means 5 years from now, the game is still going to look good. Unlike World of Warcraft, which is like really outdated now, graphics-wise. They're going to keep updating it, which is really good. And these lighting pictures just look amazing, as I'm sure you guys can tell. So really great, and yeah, I'm just really happy about it. Next, they're going to label doors group or solo instance. I hope this isn't all doors, because obviously if you're walking through the tavern, you're not going to disappear from your friends. But it is kind of good, because it will reduce the amount you're separated from your friends. But again, it kind of will ruin immersion a little bit when you're just running around the world and the door is labeled like that. So I kind of get it, but again, I kind of am a little bit sad about that. So those were the big updates. The next, I just have a couple miscellaneous things I picked out. Like when you're like a stealth run in first-person mode, when you stop, your bow will bob a little bit. Objects in the world will now load more smoothly when you're riding on horseback. And for PvP, there will be daily quests added to killing enemy classes. So right now you can kill enemy players, but now you'll be able to like kill 20 Dragon Knights, kill 20 Templars, kill 20 Nightblades, things like that. Which is cool because I wish that you could do the kill 20 players more often, because that's really the best way to get XP in Cyrodiil, but unfortunately you can only do it once a day. So it's really good that they're adding this. So next, let's talk about arenas at E3. So players were reporting that they were showing off 3v3 arena combat at E3, and they actually were. We got some pictures and videos, and there is a video on the screen of it right now. And they were showing off 3v3 arena combat. Lots of people are talking about it online, and lots of people have really wanted an arena for a long time. So it would make sense if the arena was in the Imperial City, and it was added when they added the Imperial City. Not sure if that's when they're planning on do it. Zoss said that they were just showing it off for E3, but they definitely have plans to evolve ESO, and so they might implement it in the future. Personally, I think they'd be really stupid not to, considering the high demand for it. Lots of people want this, and it might even bring a new crowd of people in who like the more arena-style combat, like League of Legends and things like that. So I'm really excited about it, and I really hope they do add it. The only problem I see with it, or possible problem, is that it would take away from people playing the Realm versus Realm PvP in Cyrodiil. I'm sure they could find a way around that, and I'm sure people would still play Realm versus Realm, so I really think they would be stupid not to add it. So in terms of how the arena was actually working, it was 3-on-3, and it looked like people were fighting over the middle. There was a flag in the middle, and it looked like the flag at like a farm or a mine or a lumber mill or something like that. It looked like one. where people were fighting over it, and if you had 3 people there and the other people had 2, it was yours. So that's kind of what I think it was, and maybe the more time you hold it, you win if you held it more than the enemy. That's what it looked like to me, but I was not at E3, I did not play it, and I haven't heard from anyone else what the actual gameplay was like. So that's kind of my opinion on that, but again, I didn't play it, so I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me. So yeah, definitely they should add these arenas as soon as possible. I would even say if they could put in Update 3, I would do that, but I doubt we're going to see that. I would think that if they are going to implement this would be something in Update 4 coming in August. That would be my personal opinion. But as always, we're going to have to wait until they actually release it to see when they release it. Alright, so let's talk about the Road Ahead article, which actually talks a lot about Update 3, and also it addresses some of the problems with ESO at the moment. So first off, the first information we have about Update 3 is it's set to arrive sometime in July, and it's set to focus on player customization systems like armor dyeing, guild insignias, and tabards, things to customize your character. And then it'll also start to rework the delves, the smaller dungeons, the public dungeons, and it's going to make them more larger, bigger, and it's going to give them more, exploration features. It's going to make them so exploring them is actually worth it. So I'll be interested in seeing what that actually is, maybe putting more treasure chests or things like that, but either way, that sounds really cool. So first off, I'm really excited about armor dyeing. This is something that I really liked in Guild Wars 2, and I think it would bring a huge load of customization into ESO. Right now, ESO has some cool armors, but being able to dye your armors and change the way they look would just be mind-boggling cool. I think that would look awesome. They actually showed us a picture, which I will put on the screen right now, and it kind of showed off the armor dyeing system. It looked a lot like it did in Guild Wars 2, but I can't even describe how awesome this would be for the game and just to customizing your character. Next, they said guild insignias. This is really awesome. I love my guild so much, and I love the lore behind it. So actually being able to come up with an insignia for my guild that we could wear proudly on our armor, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. Something I would really like. And just being able to, kind of show off your guild to everyone else and fight in Citadel with, people wearing matching guild uniforms. I think that would just look really awesome, and I would be really happy, about actually having that in the game. So yeah, make sure you do that, Cinemax, and I'm really excited for that. So about the delves and making them larger and have more exploration, I assume they mean, new delves, not delves that they already are in the game, or maybe they do mean delves that are already in the game. Either way, making them bigger with more exploration is definitely awesome, because they're really cool, and I love the delves, but after a while, they start to feel almost like they're following a formula, you go through it, sometimes it has a quest, you kill the boss, get the XP, get the sky shot, and leave. So having them bigger and more sort of dynamic would be really cool, and I would really appreciate that. So I'm really excited about the new update. I'm really pumped for actually getting to customize my armor, so I can't wait. And again, this will come sometime in July as expected, and I think a lot of players will really appreciate this update. They also said they're beginning to work on, making it so that when you're, exploring Tamriel with your friends, you're not getting separated into different layers of Tamriel. I'm sure you guys have had the problem where you or your friends go invisible. They are trying to fix that right now. That's not coming in that's not coming in Update 3, but it is something they're working on right now. They're also working on adding more veteran rank dungeons. They're going to add another area of Craglorn with an all-new trial and much, much more, which I assume means quests and stuff. Then they went on to say that they are aware of the veteran rank, system problems, that it kind of ends up feeling like a grind, and they are doing kind of things to actually try to make it more entertaining and more fulfilling to go through the veteran ranks. So they're going to add, cooler gear that has better stats and more rare gear to make it so you actually have a reason to keep going on. Right now, also, the gear in the veteran ranks can kind of not feel that much better than level 50 gear, or not look much better. So making gear that looks like really awesome would obviously make sense, and then it would kind of give you incentive to, either do the quests in the veteran rank area or grind, grind dungeons or grind mobs and things like that. Either way, it will definitely give you incentive to actually do the veteran rank levels and not just quit the game like a lot of people are doing. They also were gonna, remove the really harsh soft caps on the stats. Not completely. I assume they're talking about PvP. As far as I can tell, there's no soft cap in PvE. but I assume they mean in PvP how your armor like ranking just drops. They think they might get rid of that, or make it, not get rid of it, but make it less harsh. I think that's what they're saying. I could be wrong. They're also going to give you some skill points, more skill points when you hit veteran rank, so you can keep customizing your build. Other than that, they just plan on offering more content for veteran rank players. And also, they're making it so that dungeons can now level to the group leader. So this means you can go back and play a dungeon and get rewards appropriate to your, leader's level. So if you never did, one of like the level 10 dungeon in Stone Falls, you can go back as a veteran rank 1 player, and it'll actually, scale to you, so you can actually do that dungeon and get the XP and the gear you would if it was like a veteran rank dungeon. So this is really cool, and it's going to let people who never did some dungeons go back and do it and get the rewards and XP that they should. And just so you guys know, that and the other things that we're talking about, they're not coming in Update 3, like I said. They're just things they're working on right now. The things actually coming in Update 3 are the armor dyeing, guild insignias, and tabards, and the overhaul of the delves, and so that's pretty much it. All the other stuff I mentioned they're working on right now. So now I just want to talk about where I am in ESO. So I hit level cap, I finished the main story, and I'm halfway through veteran rank 1. So I actually don't mind the veteran rank system, but I'm really not far into it, so we'll have to see how I feel about it. And then right now I'm trying to build up my guild, trying to get more players. When I heard about the new update 3 with the new customizable, guild insignias, it got me really excited about my guild and trying to build it up and have even more people. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys contact me, and I'll just add you in the game. You can go to our forums. There is a link in the description. And yeah, so I'm coming out with a recruiting video tomorrow, and I'm just going to try to build up my guild, as well as keep going through the veteran rank levels. So I will definitely be covering ESO, of course, on my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be making videos about where I am in ESO. Of course, ESO Saturday and any news we'll be covering, and things like that. So thanks for watching, guys. That's pretty much it for the video. As always, ESO Saturday will be in 2 weeks. It's a bi-weekly show again, in case you guys didn't know. This week I'll be covering more stuff from E3, and also I'll be covering my beta impressions of Battlefield Hardline. And other than that, we'll just see how it goes. So thank you guys for watching this so much, and I'll see you in the next one.